Hello traders. I want to talk to you about a new system that I've been put together to trade bull and bear flags. And let me remind you again, this is tradinghabitual.com, our website. And there's this page that talks about the flag system. It's very simple and very um, profitable, has a very high win rate ratio. And you see here it has different type of flags, but nevertheless they're the same. Is when we have impulsive move to the upside and we have some consolidation, then break of the trend line will go up. Same thing to the downside. If we have impulsive wave to the downside, we have some consolidation, and then we're breaking to the downside, creating a bear flag. We're just expecting the move to continue to go down. So you can find more information here. But I was gonna tell you the the system that I put together, what it includes. It says here it has an indicator, algorithm, which is algo, course, and chart trader. And all is designed to help you trade this um, bull flags. There is also a mini course, like if you purchase it, you will have access to this course. Like it has setups, has about trend lines, about long and short setups. It has some statistics. Again, these statistics they're not taken out of blue, they're taken um, out of algo. So they're, those are educated statistics, so to say. But um, let's talk about the algo. So the algo, if I was going to load it, what we have for the algo is, so the way you load it, you can basically configure it to trade every line break if you want, but for this demonstration purposes, we're trading on the flag patterns. And flag patterns, if you remember, they're basically let me just draw it. Where's that screen? Um, no, it'll be this one. So basically, the flag pattern is, is when we have, come on, when we have price go up, then we have consolidation. So price goes like this, and then it moves up. So with our algo, basically this would be the trend line. Trend line based on highs of the bars. And usually here is a candle. Candle, I'm gonna write it, I'm gonna draw it here. This would be a bullish bar, right? And it it breaks to the upside. So within an algo, we can specify, the bar size itself, which will be a risk. So we can specify this bar. We can specify this wick. Like if there is a wick, we could specify like we don't want to take um, up um, we don't want to take long if there is a huge wick to the upside. Like, if there's a huge wick to the upside, it's probably meaning that it's going to retrace even further. So like ideally we would be looking for like a strong signal bar without without wick. We can also specify the close, which is this close of this bar, and distance from this trend line. So here is the trend line. We have bar, so we can specify this distance between close and trend line, because usually what happens, if we have this trend line and we have this close, if you it's already gone too far. In most cases it's going to retrace further and then go up. So we could specify this area, we could specify the bar itself, and we also can specify the stochastics. And with stochastics we are let me close this. So with stochastics we're specifying the impulsive move. So basically there's a trick to find the bull or bear flag. If you have this pattern like the one that I drew, we have that pattern uh, at if stochastic is high, like above 70 or above 80, and we have this flag pattern forming, then it's a valid bull flag or bear flag if it's below the 30 or 20. But let's load the algo, and let me find it. And what we're gonna specify here, I already have it predefined. Let's say it's gonna be flag strategy. Basically we're specifying we want to use take profit. Stop loss is below 2 ticks below the signal bar. We're specifying max wick percent is to be 50 or less. We're specifying current bar size to be 2 points at least, and max risk is 40 points max. Look back period is, we don't worry about it right now, it's not used, it will be released in the next version. And here where we specify the bull or bear flag patterns. So we're using, let's deselect this for now. So we're gonna select bull or bear flag, and we're specifying that we're taking trades only if stochastics is above 80 or less than 20 for a bear flag. We can also, we're gonna deselect this. This filter is used for the close to be below or above previous bars, high or low. So let's deselect it for now. And let's see. It's going to, oh, I'm on this guy. Yeah, so see, like it took here. We have this trend line formed, which acts as a bear flag now. See, this price goes right here, and we are below 80, and we have a break below this line, so this qualifies for bear flag. So we take this trade, and there's a profit in there. So the same thing will happen for bull flag. Let's try to run it for a little bit, see if it's going to. There's gonna be more setups.
Reversing.
Yeah, see, then there's. I will talk about it a little bit later. But there's this other bear flag forming. There is no auto trader for that yet. It's just your visual yet. And as you can see, as you can hear, we have alert for that. But we're possibly there's gonna be it's already short entry. Short entry is formed here with a stop loss right here. Like I said, there is no auto trading for this enabled yet, but there will be. But this is let's just gonna be just yeah. Yeah, so as you could see, we had this alert, and that's for you to notice that the bear flag is also forming, and just take advantage of it, and we'll go to that later, to that alert. So yeah, so let's finish up with algo. So I could go to the indicator. So there are some other settings. Um, like I said, stealth setup is very similar to trend line break, but it has a little bit nuance to it. So it's very similar, so I keep it on. Always, I already talked to, here is that max line distance. That's a 20-point distance from close from the trend line, and a minimum line distance. So that's a minimum. I put 0 because I didn't care how, um, like I just didn't care about the minimum distance. And also there's a strength parameter. The strength is talks about this line. So if you increase it by 2.5, you will have less trend lines. You can experiment with that. And I have my statistics there on the course where I uh, outlined many, like a stochastic statistics, max risk size, max wick size, close about trend line strength, um, and I'll be putting more statistics into it, to that course. Um, you can also enable second position. That's the way to run this strategy, and I think I still need to do a little bit more work to have this runner. But usually if you enable this runner, like you would enable this runner, let's say your first one take profit target 40, the next take profit would be profit target 80, and I would use a break even, and here we need to specify inches per direction too. Let's try to see if we can run it, if there is gonna be a setup.
Reversing.
There was a setup, quick scalp, but since Algo Trading is
Reversing.
not taking the trade yet, it didn't take the trade. So let me loosen up some of the parameters so we get a better chance of getting the trade. So I also, by default, strategy is not taking trades between 12 and 2 Eastern Standard Time, but if we do wanna trade that, we would enable it here. And let's loosen up some. Let's do it 70, 30. Let's see if it's gonna find a setup.
Reversing.
There was a scalp here from that indicator that I will talk about later. So we have a signal here, we have signal here to go up, and those were all valid signals. Those were quick scalps. Already 3 o'clock, it's not, doesn't look like it's going to take a trade. yeah, I wanted to show you how that runner works. Um, but basically, you would look at it here. You would take shirts. It's not a good example. They both got stopped out, um, but I really wanted to show you. Well, let's look at here. So it took this trade. There was a momentum downside, and it took first target. It took a second target, and let's see. So let me see why I didn't. Um, yes. So and remember how we put a break even there? Put a break even. Put a break even as soon as it hits 39 ticks in profit. That's where we move runner position. I'm sorry, it's right here. That's where we move runner position. Oh, I'm sorry. It sets a break even at 39 uh, at 39 ticks. So like if it moved here, but remember the bar has to close. So it has to be 39 ticks in profit and bar has to close. That's when it moves to the break-even point. But you could check it out yourself. And also there is this setting, like use momentum filter, ATR filter. Like ATR, you want to use if it's too volatile, you don't want to trade, but you also don't want to trade if it's no movement. So that's where you specify those numbers. Higher time frame filter is a filter that takes trend line from a higher time frame. So let's say here we say strength line. Um, so if we enable it and we say higher time frame chart, which is 3 minute and strength 8. So you don't have to plot it, but I'm just showing you what it means. So if this would be like 3 minute, right, then no, not the strategy. Then we want to, this has to be 8, and what it does, like if we're taking short here, it means that the current time frame has to have a black line on this time frame. So let's say this one is 9:52, and we are going back to 9:52. Like that would be somewhere here, and we have already black line formed here. So this trade will be valid because on a higher time frame, we're currently showing um, downtrend, which is agreeing with this trade, you know, and reverse for loans. Like if we're breaking, like see, we broke here to the upside, but it would invalidate because at 10:24 we still have black line. We still have our trend is to the downside, so this would be invalid because they don't agree. So that's that. And let me also talk about this momentum indicator. So there is a filter for momentum indicator. It's one of the options for you to filter out flat. Like, usually if it's uh, if it's oscillating about the zero line, so it's flat, so you would want to you can specify to enter, um, don't enter if it's within this range. If it's close to the zero line, don't enter this. So you would specify it where there is 5. See, so that means if I use momentum filter, then I'm not taking shades if it's +5 or -5. So to me that's flat. But you could increase it, or you just don't have to use it altogether. So that's the algo that I'm offering with the system. The next, let's talk about the indicator. So indicator is it's a trend line. It's this one. It's a trend line basically, and that's where you specify the strength. You could what I found for 2 minute is strength 1 works well for bull flags, but also strength 2 works okay. You could specify the coloring, and this flag alert is what I'm referring to, this yellow line, both for bull and bear flags. So you could specify the colors here, and you could specify the alert. And here's what I want to point out is this bars for flags. So it takes, so if we specify 4 here, it means last 4 bars has to have lower highs, like in this matter, like in this condition we have 4 lower highs. But for, I think from what I've ran so far, 4 is good for 1 minute, but for 2 minutes I put usually 3. That way it's just um, I think it's just a little bit more valid, in my opinion, for 2 minutes. But you could stick with 4, but and also you could test it out yourself. So that's that part of the indicator, and you could load this indicator um, on any time frame you want. So we've covered the indicator. Indicator comes with the system. Um, so that's that. And like I said, I'm recording it on this one screen, but I have a 2 minute open with the chart trader, and I have a 1 minute open with chart trader. And there is my higher time frame here that I usually keep for like 15 minutes. So the next part that comes with the system is um, that was how was that? There was a chart trader. So the chart trader is this trader, basically still called the bounce trader, but it's chart trader. And how is it helpful? How is it helpful in trading is basically this. When it's, what do we have? Let me just wanted to see where we are. So basically there's this one button, maybe 2 buttons that I use that helps me to trade bull flags. but mostly is this buy high and sell low. And basically it means we will buy high if price will be above previous bar high. And we actually specify buy high in entry offsetting ticks. Let's say we're gonna specify 4. Okay, so we're specifying 4, and basically let's run this. So like right here, you see, let me enlarge it. Currently we are less than previous bar high, so if we're gonna enable it, it will wait 4 ticks above that line, and then it will trigger buy order. You could see that when we have this line, like we have a trend line, and trend line stops above previous high for loans. So you would, if you do this setup, it means 4 ticks will be above that line, and that would be a valid setup. See how it took 4 ticks and uh, and it took off. You know, so buy above means price needs to close above previous high, and buy close means bar just has to close, and it needs to close in a bullish it needs to be a bullish bar and needs to close. EMA will trigger order when price hits EMA. You specify EMA there. Trail buy is will wait. It's similar to EMA, but well, actually, trail buy is if we're moving downwards, and as soon as bar forms bullish, it'll open trail buy order. But it's what's being used in trading bull and bear flags is these buttons, buy high and sell low, because that's what it makes more sense. And like I said, I have chart trader attached to 2-minute, and I have a chart trader attached to the 1-minute on my other screen. So these are they're very helpful tools in your trading. And like I said, there's also a course, mini course, that talks about these trading strategies. And these trading strategies are simple, like I'm sharing them with you. You could even trade it yourself without any of these tools. Again, these are just the tools to help you. If you're willing to pay, great. If not, you can still execute them manually. But what's nice about it is that it comes with Algo, and it allows you to test different time frames. Currently, Algo is set up for minute time frame. But if you need ticks, like if you make a purchase or if you're trading ticks chart, I'm willing to make a special version for you, and so you could test tick charts as well. But currently, this is on minute chart, so yeah, it's there. You could, like I previously mentioned, I've ran those tests and statistics in the course, but you could develop your own, and because these statistics, they're making you more profitable, but they're making you more confident in your trades that you're taking, and you'll be able to evaluate, um, you know, every possible, not every possible, but a lot of different setups, a lot of different variations of a setup, because we can control a lot within the algo. A lot, I mean um, a lot of uh, a lot of variations pertaining to the trading flag system, flag bear and bull and bear flag system. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully that you found it informative. Um, but go and test yourself this trading flag system. Again, it's just that you wanna make sure it has a momentum. You know, I prefer at least 70, but 80 is better. And just enter above the trend line on the break of a trend line. So that's very simple, very easy to see, and hope you have a profitable rest of the day. Thanks.